Europe is facing a critical moment as Ukraine's decision to end its gas transit agreement with Russia threatens to sever one of the continent's last remaining sources of Russian natural gas. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made the announcement during a summit with European Union leaders in Brussels, declaring that the deal, which expires on December 31st, will not be renewed. With no clear alternative yet in place, EU officials are racing against time to secure new energy sources to sustain stability through the winter months. However, the situation has grown even more complicated. Qatar, a key player in the EU's efforts to diversify its energy sources, has issued a strong warning that it will stop exporting natural gas to Europe if penalized under the EU's new sustainability due diligence law. In an interview with the Financial Times, Qatari Energy Minister Saad Sherida Al-Kaabi said that any penalties imposed under the Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive, designed to hold companies accountable for human rights and environmental issues, would result in an immediate halt to gas supplies. If I lose 5% of my revenue by supplying Europe, I won't supply Europe, Al-Kaabi said, making it clear that he was not bluffing. Qatar has become a vital supplier of liquefied natural gas, LNG, to the EU as European countries reduce their reliance on Russian energy. Al-Kaabi's firm statement suggests that the EU may be testing the limits of its relationships with key energy suppliers. Adding to Europe's difficulties, the United States, traditionally a reliable ally, is also intensifying pressure. President-elect Donald Trump has threatened tariffs on the EU unless the bloc increases its purchases of US oil and gas. Trump's message on social media Friday was blunt. I told the European Union that they must make up their tremendous deficit with the United States by the large-scale purchase of our oil and gas. Otherwise, it is tariffs all the way. Recent trade data highlights the intricate dynamics at play. According to Eurostat, the EU imported 47% of its LNG and 17% of its oil from the US in the first quarter of 2024. However, the US also faces a significant trade deficit with the EU, totaling €155.8 billion in goods last year, while maintaining a €104 billion surplus in services. The EU's energy security has already been disrupted by the US-led sanctions on Russia. While these sanctions have limited Russia's ability to export energy, they have created an opening for American companies to fill the void. Since the Russia-Ukraine conflict began in 2022, the US has become the world's largest exporter of LNG, with European demand driving a 12% year-on-year increase in exports through 2023. 66% of these exports were sent to Europe, according to the US Energy Information Administration. With multiple pressures mounting, Russia's energy cutbacks, Qatar's gas supply threat, and Trump's tariff warnings, the EU's energy security and its broader geopolitical stability are hanging in the balance.